Hey, bringing you guys my World Chalice deck profile. I enjoy World Chalice. I built the deck when it first came out. I've been playing it since, and I enjoy it a lot. The main difference you'll see between how I run this and how most people do, I don't run the Kaiju Gamma Seal combo in here. Namely for the fact I don't own a Gamma Seal anymore. But, without further ado, let's get into this. So, to start off, I run 3 Lee. It's your main searcher of the deck. She's got a great graveyard effect that you can pop a card on the field to add her to your hand. The funny thing, if you pop one of the World Chalice monsters, the Link monsters, off of her effect, you can add them, you can special summon her from your hand, and then you still get the search effect. 3 Chalice. Great card. If you have it on the field, it has a really nice effect. I prefer the effect if it's sent from grave. If it's sent to grave after being normal summoned. You get 2 World Chalice monsters. Usually, for me, I pick a Lee and a Guard Dragon. Which, speaking of, double Guard Dragon. It's a hand trap, kind of, sort of, not really, and it can revive the normal monsters from grave. Next up, 3 Chosen, 1 Crowned, and double Beckoned. Most people don't like these 3. Here, let me get these out of here real quick. Alright. Most people don't like these 3. I'm not sure why. They have some plays, they have some utilities. I enjoy them myself. They're pretty good. They're okay. I just like having more World Chalice names is my big thing with it, and more attributes. Next, the main monster really for this deck, as far as the main deck's concerned, Triple Venus. Triple Venus plus Triple Shine Ball essentially is your entire extra deck. Especially if you combo it with Triple Exodius. One of my favorite things to do if you open up with it is you go Lee, you normal summon Lee, add the World Chalice, then transmodify Lee into Venus. Venus effect, pay the 15 to get out the 3 Shine Ball. Usually you make Imduke, and I've essentially made a field with Firewall, Link Spider, Trigate, co-linked with 3, and Ningrisu, plus an Eve and a Binary Sorcerer before. So, there's a lot of really cool plays you can do with these guys. For the Brilliant Fusion Engine, I run 1 Amber and 1 Trick Clown. Thinking about dropping this. The Trick Clown is really not as good as I would like, and Amber's I just like Amber as far as my Gem Knight goes. Next, I run 1 Emergency Teleport, 2 Unexpected Die, 3 World Legacy World Chalice. Some people run 1 or 2. I prefer 3. It can only be used once per turn, sadly, but its first effect targets any 2 World Chalice monsters with different attributes and adds them to your hand. The second effect, you can banish it from grave to make it so one of your linked monsters, can't be destroyed. And I enjoy that. It's a really good effect. It protects, like, Firewall. If it's linked with something, it can protect, like, if I was running the Gamma Seal engine, it can protect Gamma Seal from being destroyed because it's linked with something. Triple Transmodify. I enjoy this at 3. It's just because you can get out the, you get off the play to get out your, Venus a lot faster. 1 Foolish, 1 Soul Charge, double Brilliant Fusion, and Into the Void. This one I run because I don't run any hand traps or anything in the deck, really. I don't run anything that doesn't activate pretty much from grave. So, I I very rarely have a hand when my opponent starts their turn anyways. I don't see the point in not having a card that's going to ditch my hand the second that I'm pretty much done with my turn anyways. And it's a free draw 1. So if you don't want to use this, you could easily check it out for a Upstart Goblin. It's just I prefer this aesthetically more than Upstart. Then 1 World Legacy Landmarks. The only trap. You banish a World Legacy monster from your hand or face up on the field, and then you get to target any 2 monsters in your grave, special summon them to your field. It helps with making extra links. Now on to the extra deck. 1 Seraphonite for Brilliant Fusion. Triple Imduke. It just requires a normal monster except for a token to make it. It's got a really nice battle effect where if it attacks a monster that it's pointing to, you automatically destroy that monster without applying damage calculation, which is really nice. And then it has the same effect clause as all World Chalice, where if it's sent to grave, you get to special World Chalice from hand. Double Link Spider, only used if you're doing your extra links. Only use they really ever have. Triple Eve. This is pretty much the monster I make every time I go for a Link 2 in this deck. She's really simple. 2 monsters with different attributes. I run so many different attributes and types, it's not hard to make this. Pretty much, if you can make 2 Eve, you pretty much have a decent field because, well, they're linked, they can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then if a card they're pointing to would be destroyed, you can destroy them instead. So essentially, if you can leave your field with these 2 pointing to each other, you end with essentially 2 monsters that can't be destroyed. And it's good if you brick and have absolutely no other options. 1 Aurum. It requires 2 World Chalice monsters to make, and you're never really going to go into it unless you don't open up with something to go into into like a Link Spider or something else that points down. And then you'll make this in order to make like an Ebe and an Ebe or something. It does gain 300 for every World Legacy engrave. However, he also has a pop effect. He can target a card that he's pointing to, pop it in order to special monster from grave to field. That's a really good effect. I enjoy that effect. I've managed to get some really good utility out of it. Next up, 1 Binary Sorceress. You pretty much use her as your middle link. Like what I usually do is I go Firewall, Binary, then Trigate. And so she's like co-linked with 2 monsters, so she gets both of her effects. Binary, Firewall and Trigate are both linked with at least 1. She's pretty much just your middle link. You can easily replace her with an Ebe. 1 Trigate Wizard. I've tried this with 2. I don't like 2. 1 Trigate is more than enough for this deck, and you're never gonna make, unless this gets unless someone Solemn Warnings this or Solemn Strikes the effects, you're never gonna get more. You're never gonna lose more than 1. Next up, Double Ningrisu. It's this deck's version of Dante. So, non-targeting, non-destruction removal of any 2 cards on the field, on top of being able to draw up to 3 cards in just on his summon. He's an amazing card. On top of that, the only effect of his that is name-specific is the first effect, which means essentially you can only do the draw effect once per turn. However, the pops can be used independently. So I could summon out a Ningrisu, use its pop effects, Link summon out this Ningrisu, use its pop effect, use the effect of Aurum to replace it with this one, use this guy's pop effect again. And there's a neat little loop you can do there if you can keep making Aurums and popping the monsters the arms are pointing to keep summoning out Ningrisus. Yeah, it's kind of a neat little thing. And then the last card I run is Firewall. This is the nice Japanese art Firewall. Yeah. The Firewall is one like the best Link 4 in the game. Probably besides Ryuja, but I like Firewall much better for this deck. He gives you back advantage. He can stop certain monsters your opponent has, and then his second effect that allows you to special one monster from your hand if a monster he points to leaves is so good. Anyways, that is my World Chalice deck profile post Extreme Forces, and yeah, I will see you guys later.